guys, it's Miss Piccioli, obviously. Today we are going to continue our work with plot structure and short story, and I'm going to read to you one of my absolute favorite short stories ever. This short story is called A Wife's Story by Ursula Le Guin. And Ursula Le Guin, if you don't know, which you probably don't, but is an American science fiction author. She has won many awards. She's won the Newbery Award. She has a great series for you fantasy lovers out there. The Wizard of Earthsea series is excellent. And the second book in that series won a Newbery. She's also won awards for her adult fiction writing, science fiction writing, including both the Hugo Award and the Nebula Award, which are science fiction awards. She's written, obviously, fiction. She's written poetry. She's written nonfiction. She's what you would call a prolific writer. So here's one thing I want to just lay out before I start reading. You should have two windows open. One with the story open so that you can follow along with me, and because there's questions embedded into the story, and you should have me open on another window so you can listen and do the work at the same time. And as I read, I will stop periodically, you will answer questions, and then you will click on the next video. All right? We'll see how this goes. So I've never done this story online, so we'll see. One other thing. I know I said one thing, two things. This story is confusing. So if you're confused, that is okay. Sorry, my phone was ringing. I hate videotaping myself.
You need to stop now?
No. So if you're confused, that is okay. Don't ignore the confusion. Don't ignore the questions that are popping into your head. You have to pay attention to those questions. That's what good readers do. They pay attention to the questions that pop into their heads. So you're going to have an aha moment. Just hang in there. All right? Okay, so here we go. A Wife's Story by Ursula Le Guin. He was a good husband, a good father. I don't understand it. I don't believe it. I don't believe that it happened. I saw it happen, but it isn't true. It can't be. He was always gentle. If you had seen him playing with the children, anybody who saw him with the children would have known there wasn't any bad in him, not one mean bone. When I first met him, he was still living with his mother over near Spring Lake, and I used to see them together, the mother and the sons, and I used to think that any young fellow that was that nice with his family must be one worth knowing. And then one time when I was walking in the woods, I met him by himself, coming back from a hunting trip. He hadn't got any game at all, not so much as a field mouse, but he wasn't cast down about it. He was just larking along, enjoying the morning air, and that's one of the things I loved about him. He didn't take things hard. He didn't grouch and whine when things didn't go his way. And so we got to talking that day, and I guess things moved along right after that, because pretty soon he was over here pretty near all the time. And my sister said, see, my parents had moved out the year before and gone south, leaving us the place. And my sister said, kind of teasing but serious, well, if he is going to be here every day and half the night, I guess there isn't any room for me. And she moved out just down the way. We've always been real close, her and me. That's the sort of thing that doesn't ever change. I could have never got through this bad time without my sis. So we're going to stop here, and I want you to think about in the text box, you're going to answer just what are the questions that are popping in your head. You can use bullets. You don't have to use complete sentences yet. Maybe try to answer them, but maybe you won't be able to, but just acknowledge those questions and jot them down. And I want to point out one line. What do you notice about the very first line in the story? He was a good husband, a good father. What do you think about that line? Okay, stop and jot.